Marianne and Armando leaned against the coral fence, watching the horses. She rested her chins on her hands, and although she appeared to study the animals, her thoughts were absorbed with the events of the past 2 days. After Emilio had bandaged Armando's arm, she slept until the sun reached its high peak, but her body still ached. Her heart ached more for the families of the dead man and Papa, not knowing how her father was needled at her heart. She couldn't return, but she couldn't stay on the floor and leave her mother alone to face Papa's wrath. After helping Rosa put her and Manuel's hut in order, she accompanied Mono to bury the two men. La Flor had no priest, but Armando and Emilio led the people in prayer. Another day is nearly over, she said to Armando. What happens to the hours? He shook his head. The older I get, the faster time goes. She eased up from the wooden fence and studied his injured shoulder. Only dry blood met her scrutiny. How is your arm? Are you in pain? He pushed his sombrero back on his head. A strong man like me? No, not at all. He gave a laborious sigh, much like an old man, and turned to her. Suddenly his dark eyes sparkled mischievously, as though she resolved to put the ugliness behind them. Diaz has given us a beautiful day to put our lives in order, and he's given me a beautiful woman to keep me company. And I thought you would need a kiss to stifle the agony in your shoulder, but I guess not. Oh, he grimaced. He'd throbbed like a torch had branded me. She laughed. Sorry, I have no more kisses left. But she did let him steal a quick brush across her lips. Her mood instantly softened. I love you. She reached up to weave her fingers through her black hair. And I love you, he said. I think I must hold you captive so I don't lose sight of you. How long? She widened her eyes just for him, but Armando couldn't answer. Before Armando could answer, Diablo snorted and demanded her attention. My prince is jealous. I believe Diablo should know you better to appreciate your fine qualities. He hates me. Armando said, I think if I were him, I'd feel the same. I think the two of you could be amigos with time. He accepted Juan. She sensed him studying her. How did you manage such a feat with Juan? I've heard the stallion sometimes gives him a difficult time. Juan had the idea. He gave me one of his bandanas, and I tied it on my wrist every day for 2 weeks. During that time, Juan approached him a little every day. He fed Diablo with me present and talked to him. And then I gave Juan one of my scarves, and he wore it on his wrist. It took a while, but finally Diablo allowed him near without me. I can try, he said. He's a magnificent horse. You must talk to him, compliment him on his beauty, like a lovely woman. See, you know how to treat him already. If I love you, surely he will too. Armando said nothing, and she sensed him deep in thought. A part of her wanted to know his musings, but a larger portion feared he wanted to send her back to her father's hacienda or to Don Lorenzo Sanchez. Teasing her about being his captive wasn't the same as wanting her to obey, wanting her to stay with him always. They stood, and with his left arm around her waist, he drew her to him. I feel it's selfish of me to ask you to stay. He pulled her around to face him. You are me, angel, and I love you more than I ever dreamed possible, but my love requires a responsibility for your happiness. Through your prompting, I know what it means to trust this Santo Padre with my heart. I owe you my life and what you've done for La Flor, yet the rivalry between your father and me is not over. He lifted her chin. I fear it will never be resolved. His handsome features spoke of tenderness and compassion. How can I ask you to marry me when it puts you in more danger than before? It wrenches my heart to think of you wed Don Lorenzo Sanchez. But there you would be safe. No, Armando. She fought hard to maintain her composure, remembering her vow to be a strong woman. Don't send me away when my place is with you. True, Papa doesn't give up easily, but neither do I. A smile curved at his lips. You are a stubborn one, which is only one of the reasons why you are such a treasure to me. His features darkened. What would you have me do? Ask that you spend your days in poverty? I can't risk your despising me one day because of a harsh life. Poverty shortens the lives of those who battles with its cruelties. I could never despise you. My place is with you. She swallowed the liquid emotion threatening to drown her. Armando stroked her hair. If you love me, then you'll heed my words and do what I ask. Then you're sending me away. He looked beyond her, as though viewing the future. Soon, Marian, to Don Lorenzo, not to your father's hacienda. This is real love, my angel. To put you above what my heart craves. She nodded, unable to reply for fear she'd pry. I'd already spoken all I can for you. I will do as you ask and go to the Don's hacienda. But can you send word to me, Padre? She will worry about me. See, I can send a rider in the morning to Juan. I regret your Madre's knowledge of me is only as the ruthless man who held you captive. We've talked about you, and Mama knows my heart. He lowered his head and kissed her, at first slightly, then deepening, as she felt his passion flow through her. When they separated, she trembled. I believe Dios brought us together, Armando began. His voice spoke a mixture of the early evening and a light breeze. You are me, angel, a gift from Dios, a gift I cannot keep. Marianne awakened the following morning to the peaceful sound of nature unfolding in the splendour of another day. Last night she cried in Armando's arms despite her resolve for their time together to be filled with happiness. Why must it be so, God? Her only comfort lay knowing he wanted the best for her, even if she could not fathom another day without Armando. Far better to spend her life without her beloved than to live against God's will. Some day she hoped to accept that concept, but now her heart ached too much. Today Armando planned to send a rider to Juan and then to the mission San Jose to seek Padre Bernardino. He will inform the governor what happened to La Flor. What a papa! How could he treat Mama now that Marianne was a traitor? No matter if Don Lorenzo still wanted to marry her or he too had turned away in disgust, Mama would be alone to deal with Papa's temperament and to go through the months before the baby was born with no one to talk to her. Marianne considered the possibility of Mama living at the Lorenzo hacienda. She needed someone to care for her. And would Juan and Camila continue working for Papa? So many questions, and the answer were yet to come. Marianne, hearing Armando's voice, Marianne opened her eyes to see him standing in the doorway of one of the Banqueros who worked for her father. She blinked and recognized the man posted on guard the night she left home. The Banquero mentioned her name, and she strained to listen to the low hum of their voices. I will have her ready within the hour, Armando said, and I will accompany both of you. Senor Philip's guests left yesterday. None will harm you. Marianne raised her head. What has happened? She made her way from the pallet to Armando's side. He brushed back a wayward strand of hair from her face. Your father is sick, he said. Your madre needs you. She searched his face. Lines etched around his eyes. He's telling sign of worry. Tell me about Papa. What is wrong with him? He gathered her hand into his. He became enraged with the outcome of the cattle stampede. His heart is flaming him. She nodded and swallowed hard. How well she remembered Papa's temper and the way he often grabbed his chest. Oh Lord, this cannot be. Papa does not know you. He and I have never settled our differences. While they prepared their horses, Marianne, concerned, mounted. Talk to me, Armando. It will make you feel better. She shrugged and tightened the girth under Diablo. I miss what I never had with Papa. I told you about him before. We seemed to make each other miserable. Besides, I envied how he felt about Clay. Many times I deliberately made Papa angry, and I know I wanted to somehow punish him for hurting me. This time I may have killed him. You are not guilty of this, Armando said. All of us are responsible for the choices we make. We're not the cause of your father's illness any more than I am. She shook her head as though to dispel the anxiety pelting her senses. My mind tells me what you say is true, but my spirit hurts because Papa has always been so unhappy. I understand unhappiness, Armando said. Remember, I once hated my father for deserting me, Madre, and me. So your father and I have more in common than you think. Trust me, Dios mío, angel. Let him be your comfort. I will. She forced a smile she did not feel. Thank you. His loving gaze said more than words. Within moments, Marianne, Armando, and the Banquero raced towards the Phillips hacienda. She tried desperately to think of fond memories of her father, but they were few. She remembered one occasion when a Spanish soldier told Papa she had eyes like his, and Papa had smiled, and another time she overheard Papa tell Clay how proud he was of her ability to tame Diablo. But any other good recollection were vague at best. Papa had wanted a son, and she had disappointed him. Even if Mama bore him a male child now, the relationship between Marianne and her father would still be held together by a slender thread, if anything at all. Marianne felt Armando studying her. She couldn't acknowledge him and not weep, so she kept her attention fixed on the trail ahead. How could she expect him to understand? He and Papa were enemies. But what if Papa died before she had the opportunity to say she loved him? Could she live with herself with such guilt? She shook her head. Papa had chosen to ride to La Flor that night. It was his decision, but her realization that his failing heart was not her fault did not ease the pain in her heart. She didn't know what lay ahead, and the unknown could be a formidable beast. They were nearly home. A churning sensation swept through her. When they reached the front of the house, Juan met them near the stables. He hugged her close before taking Diablo's reins. His wide eyes looked with hers. Is he alive? She said through a gaspy breath. I think so. Go to him, Armando said. I'll wait with Juan. Marianne nodded and stared briefly at the houses before walking towards it. Inside the heavy door, silence met her ears. Fearing the worst, she hurried to Papa's room. Mama sat beside him, grasping his hand with both of hers. Tears streamed down her face and her eyes were closed. Papa's face held the grey pallor of death. Marianne gasped and covered her mouth with her hand, her fears confirmed. Mama glanced up. He lingers still, she said. He has been asking for you. For me? Marianne repeated. Please sit here. Mama stood from the bed. If he is strong enough to talk, you will want to hear him. Marianne obeyed her mother's bidding. She hesitated, then picked up Papa's hand, limp and weak. Her fingers brushed over the many calluses, and she remembered all the times she had wanted to feel the roughness. So many times she had silently begged those hands to torture her in love and acceptance. Those hands had built this land. His sweat had built this house and his empire. Papa, she said, it's Marianne. His lips moved, but she couldn't hear his words. She bent closer and heard her name. His fingers moved within her hand, and an onslaught of tears flowed from her eyes. I love you, Papa, she said. Please get better. His eyelids flooded, yet they didn't open. Again, he attempted to speak. Marianne, the death, Hacienda is yours. Don't try to speak. She lightly squeezed her hand. Just rest. Take care of your mother and the baby, he whispered. You are my beloved daughter. As soon as the words formed on his lips, his body relaxed. Papa, she said into the still face, Papa, we can make up for all the times we quarreled. We can ride together. Her mother touched his arm. Marianne, he's gone. But there's nothing you can do. Marianne sobbed on his chest for his untimely death, for the wasted years, for the sorrow, for the love. She felt her mother's arms around her shoulders, and they fell into each other's embrace. He loved us, Mama said. Mama's bodies quivered. He told me so. They comforted each other until the weeping subsided. Mama pulled the coverlet up around Papa's neck as though he slept. She kissed him and whispered goodbye. I pray you have a son, she said. Standing, she gathered Marianne's hand into hers. In your Papa's destroy is his will. He left everything to you. The only stipulation is, if the child is a boy, he shall be granted half the estate upon his 21st birthday. If the child is a girl, you provide for her until she marries. Marianne shuddered. Why would Papa leave all of this for me? Her mother took a deep breath and moistened her lips. You two are so much alike, and he realized you could better manage our land than I ever could. Marianne's mind spun with the news. Disbelief haunted her. She peered down at her father, her face free from bitterness and pain. He did love me. She shook her head to rid herself of any more tears. Did he talk of Jesus? Mama's face out and asked if he had made his peace with God, but he did not answer. Silence prevailed in the death room. Are you alone with the banquero? Her mother asked. Marianne paused. No doubt her mother knew the truth. Armando is with me. Marianne. Her mother reached up to stroke her face. You did the right thing in warning the people of Lafleur. I see in your eyes the love you have for Armando Garcia. She kissed Marianne's cheeks. Your papa had me pen a letter to Don Lorenzo to ask him to release you from your promise. He also requested that you return his gifts. A rider left this morning with the post. Mama's eyes clouded for but a moment. I want you to be happy. You have my blessing if you... You have my blessing if your life is with Armando. Oh, Mama, thank you. Give him time and you will see a good man. He loves the Lord. She merely nodded, grief overcoming her once again. Let me be alone with Weston for a while. I want to recall the way he courted me and his once sweet ways. She glanced at Papa's face, then have Armando come inside. I want to meet this man who has stolen your heart. Hours later, Armando and Marianne walked through the courtyard. Mama had been cordial to him, and when he apologized for past injustice, she stiffened. The only pledge I will accept is for you to love my daughter with all your heart, Mama said. And if you ever hurt her, I will not rest until you are dead. I give you my word. My life will be never filled with riches, but Marianne will be here. And Marianne here will have all of my love. As they walked, Marianne had yet to tell Armando about the hacienda. She fumbled for the right words, trying to anticipate his reaction. I need to tell you about Papa's will, she said. In the coolness of the day, the fragrance of flowers wafted about them. Are you certain? He patted her arms, coupled in tears. You can wait. You have endured enough pain for one day, for a lifetime. If we need to take care of your mother, then so be it. It's not bad news. Marianne took a deep breath. He left me this hacienda and asked me to take care of Mama and the new baby. She lifted her head to me, his dark depths. La Flor is now safe for all who live there. The prayers of so many are answered. She glanced away, then back to her beloved Armando. We could be together here. Would you think about this? What do I know of running a vast estate? He asked. We can learn together. Smiles played on his lips. Maybe I could learn with the help of a fine woman. You led the people of La Flor to victory. I think you could handle this hacienda just fine. He lifted her chin with his fingers. I believe there is something unsettled between us. She peered into his eyes. Had he chosen to return to the mission and take his vow to become a priest? As though driving away her doubts, he drew her into his arms and brushed a kiss across her lips. My sweet Marianne, in all the world there is no other woman for me. No woman with your beauty, your spirit, your excitement for life, and daring for adventure. I know I'm worthy of your love and devotion, but I must ask, will you marry me? My heart is your mondo, today and tomorrow. Thanks for listening.